Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee. We are on the campus of Volunteer State Community College on the opposite field of where I was yesterday calling Vol State baseball. Today, it's Vol State Lady Pioneers softball doubleheader taking on John A. Logan Lady Vols. Just played yesterday and took a doubleheader at Dyersburg State, 4-1 and 5-4. Lady Pioneers coming in with a record of 12-4. John A. Logan comes in with a record of 7-1. And you see the head coaches, Christian Lynn and Taylor Seifert, meeting with our umpires. Everybody's happy right now, shaking hands with umpires, but that could change after the first pitch is thrown. We will have our national anthem. Alyssa Costley, the assistant coach, pitching coach, up in the press box right now. She's handling multiple duties. One of those is to get the national anthem started. We don't have a crowd mic, which is good because on the broadcast we can't have music. So we'll take a break. Be right back after our national anthem. And Alyssa Costley says, play ball. Alyssa, we need a little more enthusiasm out of you, okay? You're the pitching coach. You don't need me messing around with that. Where's your manager? Wes Buckner is the manager. There he is. He's bringing out softballs to the umpires. First year as the manager here for the softball team. Let's get to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups quickly. For John A. Logan and Lady Vols, the record of 7-1, leading off playing center field. Delaney Hilp batting second, playing right field. Kara Phillips. Kylie Irwin is the DP, and she'll bat third. Katie Futrell at second base, hitting cleanup. Skylar Rachel is behind the plate. She will bat fifth. Trista Moore is in left field, batting sixth. Audrey Upton will be at first base, batting seventh. Jordan Ming at third, hitting eighth. And the number 9 hitter is the shortstop, Anna Rolla. And in the circle for John A. Logan, sophomore Sammy Schultz from Fenton, Missouri. For the Pioneers, we'll get the defensive alignment. Caitlin Dillard will be out in left field. Anna Harrison in center. Shelby Green in right. Carly Costley is at third base. Amaya Collier will be the shortstop. Michaela Fuqua at second. And Erica Abbott at first. Lydia Kirby behind the plate, catching balls and strikes from Brooklyn Levin. Brooklyn is a sophomore transfer from Chadron State College, hometown of Littleton, Colorado. That is your first half inning offense and defense, brought to you by Toyota of Gallatin. Beautiful scoreboard out there in left center field. And we are about set for softball. We'll see how this works here. A little different situation going on. First pitch is in there for a called strike. A little bit out of the ordinary for me on the system that we're using here. So we'll see how it works. 0-1 pitch is popped up to the right side, and that's what I thought was going to happen. Catch is made by Erica Abbott, and looks like this is going to be our choice for the first half. Without somebody else to run the computer, I'm a little bit boxed in here. One out, and that brings Kara Phillips to the plate. So Delaney Hilt fouled out to Erica Abbott for out number one. First pitch called a strike, and ball one on the second pitch. May try to get use of the other camera later on. There's a pitch, looks like it's right down the can for a called strike. On deck, Kylie Irwin. Kara Phillips, a freshman from Nevada, Missouri. Split grip, left-handed positioning, and there is apparently strike two. So our scoreboard operator had me confused. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting right fielder, Kara Phillips. We'll get it settled down here. 2-2 pitches, high and away. And a full count ministry is full count. Full count ministries is a baseball ministry. But it got me into broadcasting, so that's why I am here. For the love of the game. Full count pitch from Levin. Swung on and missed. Down goes Phillips on strikes. This is Levin's 10th appearance of the year, 7th start. She has a 3-2 record. She has 3 complete games, a shutout, and a save in 43 innings of work. She's given up 41 hits, 26 runs. 17 of those were earned. She walked 18, struck out 26, a 2.77 ERA, facing another left-handed hitter, Kylie Irwin. The designated player looks at a called strike on the changeup. The Lady Vols from Carterville, Illinois. That's not far away from Marion, Illinois. Drive out to center field. That will get down right in front of Anna Harrison for a base hit. So a 2-out knock by Irwin brings Katie Futrell to the plate. Katie from Evansville, Indiana. She's a freshman. Yesterday's games at Dyersburg State, the stats have not been posted, so any stat I would read off would not be accurate for John A. Logan. I do have the score, 4-1 and 5-4. Those are posted, and the 7-1 record is posted, but the stats are not updated. Ground ball to the right side. Erica Abbott will glove and step on first base for out number 3 to retire the Lady Vols in the top of the first. No runs, no hits. I'm sorry, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are scheduled for 7 here in game 1. We're headed to the bottom of the first. Let me get you the batting order for the Lady Pioneers. Leading off will be Michaela Fuqua. She's playing second base. Erica Abbott is at first, batting second. Amaya Collier, the shortstop, is hitting in the 3-hole. Lydia Kirby's behind the plate, batting cleanup. Carly Costley down at third, batting 5th. The DP is Kendra McNeil. She hits 6th. Caitlin Dillard playing left field, batting 7th. Shelby Green is hitting 8th, playing right field. Anna Harrison will bat 9th. She is the center fielder. Defensively for John A. Logan, Trista Moore in left field, Delaney Hilp in center, Kara Phillips in right, Jordan Meng at third, Anna Rolla at shortstop, Katie Futrell at second base, Audrey Upton at first, and behind the plate is Skylar Rachel, catching sophomore Sammy Schultz, Scholtz, from Fenton, Missouri. Not sure if she pitched yesterday or not. I'm assuming she did, but prior to that, she had 3 appearances. 2 of those were starts. She had a complete game and 14 innings of work. And Michaela Fuqua will walk up on the first pitch. That is out of the strike zone for ball 1. Fuqua hitting .453 on the season. She's played in all 16 games for the Pioneers. Looks at a called strike there. Has a couple of doubles, 7 RBIs. Last year's national stolen base leader has 18 so far. She's just getting started. Infield is in as she will slap it. A sophomore from Decatur, Alabama, Austin High School. Lays off of that pitch that misses low and outside. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. Michaela has walked 8 times. And a walk to her is just as good as a double a lot of times. Ball 4, she leads it off with a base on balls. That'll bring Erica Abbott to the plate, another sophomore from Summertown, Tennessee. Went to Summertown High School, and she's having a fantastic year here already as well. Hitting .482, and she's played in all 16 games. She takes a called strike, and Fuqua bluffed a stolen base attempt, but goes back to first base. Abbott, another split grip left-handed hitter. She'll slap it around and fouls that one straight back. She's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, with Amaya Collier on deck. Abbott has 6 doubles, 2 triples, 19 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss. She goes after a pitch that's outside of the zone. She's down on strikes. And that's 1 out. And Collier steps to the plate, hitting .491, also played in all 16 games for the Lady Pioneers. Pop this one up on the right side. It's playable, but nobody is going to get to that one. Audrey Upton, the first baseman, looked like she thought it was going to be closer to the dugout and came over toward the dugout instead of going back, but it fell in that Bermuda Triangle down the right field line, and that's just a strike. 0-1 is the count. 3 doubles, 4 triples, 10 home runs already in the first 16 games for Collier. Pitch is high. Throw down to second base is not in time. Fuqua with the head first slide picks up her 19th stolen base. Has yet to be caught. And third base is not out of the realm of possibility for Fuqua. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner in scoring position. And that nearly hit Fuqua. Driven into center field. They're going to send her to the plate. No throw is going to be made. And there's an RBI for Amaya Collier. There's the Framework Athletics first run of the game for the Lady Pioneers. It is very dangerous to walk Michaela Fuqua. Abbott's 32nd RBI of the year. Thanks to Framework Athletics for their support of Vol State baseball and softball. It's where the Pioneers and the Lady Pioneers train and work out when they can't get on the fields. Trying to see if I can adjust my other camera here that might be a better view for folks. This is our first time to broadcast with this set of equipment as Lydia Kirby stands in, looks at a called strike. Kirby, a first-team All-American a year ago. Fouls that one off, and she's played in 16 games, has started 15 of those. I think she had class and couldn't get the start in another one of the games. 0-2 pitch coming from Schultz to Kirby. Let's see if they're going to check down, not call a strike. They're going to check, and the base umpire says no, she did not go, and that was pretty close right there. Lydia from Alvaton, Kentucky, and that's near the Bowling Green area, just down. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Greenwood High School. She had .439 a year ago. Played in all but 2 of the games for Ball State. Fouls that one off over toward Fire Hall number 2 here in Gallatin, Tennessee. 103 RBIs for Lydia Kirby in her All-American campaign. First team All-American, along with teammate Katie Davis, now playing at the University of North Alabama. Your 2-2 pitch is high and away, and we'll have a full count Ministries. Full count. Stay tuned after the game. I'll have the full count Ministries verse of the game. We'll pull one out. I haven't picked one yet. Also do the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Try to get an alumni spotlight in there. Popped up in the infield. Katie Futrell will look up high into the sky and make the catch for out number 2. Kirby just got under that pitch. Wind blowing out to right center. Not what you want to see if you're a pitcher, but there's only 2 pitchers, and there's a whole lot of hitters. Carly Costley stands in. She's looking for her first big fly of the year. Split grip. She is not swinging for the fences. She came in hitting .455, playing in her 11th game, 7th start of the year, has 1 double, couple RBIs. She is the younger sister of Alyssa Costley, who played here, was a pitcher, and is now back as an assistant coach to head coach Christian Lynn, who's in his 2nd year. First as after he's taken the interim hat off. Swing and a miss, and down goes Costley for out number 3. But the Pioneers scratch for 1 in the bottom of the first. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base. We are through 1, scheduled for 7. Ball State leads 1-0. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. Let's try this camera for just a little bit. See how that one works. As we move to the top of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 due up for John A. Logan, Lady Vols. First pitch from Levin in the dirt to Skylar Rachel, the catcher. Rachel, sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Riverdale High School. She's a Riverdale Warhawk, I think is their nicknames. Ball 2. So she's a catcher and a third baseman. Batting in the 5 hole, facing Brooklyn Levin. She's now gone 3 balls. Scoreboard shows 2-1. Umpire looked up there at it, so I've missed one. I thought that was ball 3, but Rachel swings and fouls that one off. Down past Coach Taylor Seifert. She's assisted by Haley Palm, Carrie Blaylock, and I believe that young man down there is his father, Rusty Orsburn. As royalty has just shown up in the softball press box. The athletic director, Bobby Hudson, is up here checking on the program, making sure everybody's dotting their I's and crossing their T's or crossing their I's. Popped out to right field. On comes Shelby Green to make a nice running catch for out number 1. Great job by the sophomore from Milan, Tennessee. I mean, if they're crossing their I's and dotting their T's, that's a problem, right, Bobby? I mean, you're on the lookout for that, aren't you? Yeah, I was going to say. Guy's been here 39 years. Started when he was 12. You can tell if you're crossing your I's. Brooklyn Levin delivers ball 1 to Trista Moore. Busy day here on the campus of Volunteer State in Gallatin, Tennessee. Doubleheader softball, and later tonight, doubleheader basketball, women's and men's. We'll carry it all on the Vol State Sports Network as the pitch is called a strike. Trista Moore from Odin, Illinois. She's a sophomore. Or John A. Logan saw their men's team down at Southwest Tennessee's field in USA Stadium in Millington. Not sure who they played, but they were heading to their bus as the Vol State men's baseball team was heading to the bus Sunday night. 1-2 pitch. Drilled out to right field. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is on the screen, and it hits the fair pole. Shelby Green's pointing as though it went on the other side. That is a solo home run by Trista Moore, and definitely out of your view there. I don't know that we would have gotten a very good view of it anyway, but unless they hit a couple home runs yesterday at Dyersburg State, I believe that's the first home run of the year, and it was right down the line. Kristen Lynn coming out to talk to the home plate umpire. But we don't have replay, obviously, and let's see. I don't think that shot might have given us what we wanted. But I don't know that you would have seen it. 1 out, 1 in for John A. Logan. Second hit of the game for the Lady Vols. Audrey Upton steps in. She looks at a called strike. Upton from Carmi, Illinois. I don't know all these places in Illinois. Played Vol State baseball, played Shawnee Community College yesterday out of Ulen, Illinois, and Of course, most of their players were from the state of Illinois. Head coach Jim McGuire for the Ball State men's baseball team is from Illinois, so he knows all those little towns. But he can't be up in the press box helping me out. He's down coaching his team. 0-2 pitch. Grounder to third. Costly over to Abbott. There is out number 2. After the solo home run by Trista Moore. As I said, on the first 5 games, they have the stats in on the National Junior College website, and there are no home runs listed. Now, it says games played is 8, but they have not uploaded any stats from yesterday's Dyersburg State doubleheader. Jordan Meng, the third baseman, looks at ball 1 outside. Shows that Jordan in the first 5 games, played in the first 3, started 1, and went 1 for 3. You have no idea, again, what she did yesterday. So I won't keep beating a dead horse. Not too long, anyway. Ball 2. I'll beat it for a minute, but on deck, Anna Rolla. 3 balls, no strikes to Meng. Bats in the number 8 hole. 1-1 here in the top of the second. Levin deals. And there's ball 4. Apparently tried to be a little too fine with that 3-0 pitch and misses inside. First walk of the game by Levin. Levin. Yeah, that's right. Bobby Hudson says that Greg Maddox would have got that call. Brooklyn Levin is not Greg Maddox. She gets that one, I'm sure. There you go. These umpires are taught. Let's wait. Let's flip a coin and then see what comes up, heads or tails, and that's going to be our call. But sometimes I go ahead and make the call before they make the hand gesture. Now, like I said, we don't have a microphone outside, and I think they are calling the strike verbally. They don't show the hand motion until a couple ticks later, so I feel like I'm up in a sound booth in this press box. The windows will not open. Not the one right in front of me. It is a big window. But it doesn't open. Not ideal for the broadcast, but you know what? They probably weren't thinking about that when they built this press box. We're at the Nichols Softball Complex on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Anna Rolla, the shortstop, at the plate, the number 9 hole hitter. She has a 3-1 count as Levin has struggled getting the ball over the plate. Infield's going to call timeout. They want to have a conflab. Conflab to try to settle down Brooklyn Levin, who has given up a solo home run to Trista Moore. Then got a ground out from Audrey Upton, and that made 2 outs, but a walk to Jordan Ming, and now a 3-1 count to the number 9 hitter, Anna Rolla. Not sure if softball is like baseball and gets 6 trips to the circle. They count them, though. I'm telling you, they are rule followers, these umpires. Rolla looks at ball 4, and that brings up the top of the lineup, Delaney Hilp. So back-to-back walks. Puts runners at first and second, 2 outs. And now we're going to get a visit from the boss. Alyssa Costly going to come out. Add her experience. She's a young coach. I'm assuming this is the first coaching position she's had. Single mom, has a 1-year-old daughter who's home with dad right now, but trying to settle Brooklyn down in her 10th appearance of the year, 7th start. All the meetings are adjourned. Those were actual in-person meetings. There wasn't any Zoom involved at all there. So these young people, they're not used to meetings in person. Us old folks, that's how you meet. Me and Bobby, we're the same vintage. Had that birthday starts with a 19 that year of birth. I mean, way back in the 19s. Levin just misses that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Delaney Hilp, who popped out to Erica Abbott, the first baseman in foul territory, leading off the game for the Vols. Another pop-up. That'll get out of play off to the right. Yesterday's doubleheader was a beautiful day for baseball, and Dr. Wendy Tostenson took advantage. The super fan, first family, was in attendance. She was out in the bleachers in left field. Her and her husband Kyle and youngest son Lucas out there for the doubleheader. Popped up to right field. That'll get foul. Soft line drive. I have no idea why they're continuing to run. Delaney Hill stopped, turned around, and not sure if she heard from the coach to keep running, but she did. But she saw it big as Dallas go foul. Toyota Gallatin scoreboard says 1-2. So I must be talking and not paying attention. That's a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. In the second, go buy a lottery ticket. 2s are wild. Just kidding. I'm not advocating gambling. Delaney Hilp with 2 on and 2 out with a 2-2 pitch. Just inside. Levin looking for that call right there, but well, the full count Ministries full count. Wind is blowing out to right center field. Game time temperature was 75 degrees when we got started here at 12:28. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Might have got a little help there. The Lady Pioneers will take it. Second strikeout of the game for Levin. And that retires the Lady Vols and snuffs that threat. A couple of walks stranded, but the big fly by Trista Moore gets John A. Logan on the board. We're headed to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Bottom of the second. Kendra McNeil takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. Left-handed hitter facing Sammy Schultz. Another swing and a miss as Schultz stepping on the gas here in the top of the second. Kendra McNeil hitting .348. She has a double and 6 RBIs. Bowling for dollars theirs. That one slips. McNeil from Nolensville, Tennessee. She's a freshman. Played at Nolensville High School, one of the newer high schools in Nashville. Now has the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. .58, General Studies major, daughter of Jason and Paula. Loaded grandpa and grandma in Valmeyer, Illinois, and grandma in Anna, Illinois. Did I see that we have somebody from Anna, Illinois? Is that pitch is fouled off for John A. Logan? I know we have an Anna. Maybe that was yesterday that one of the Saints from Shawnee Community College was from Anna, Illinois. 2-2 turns into a full count Ministries, full count. Kendra McNeil with Caitlin Dillard on deck. And I got an email, I know, from Caitlin Dillard's family giving me all her bio, and I never put it down on paper. Swing and a miss. Schultz gets McNeil swinging. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Schultz. That's her third. And now one out in the bottom of the second brings up left-handed hitting Caitlin Dillard. From Greenbrier, Tennessee, Greenbrier High School. She's a freshman, hitting .407, playing in her 13th game. It's her 11th start. She has a double and 7 RBIs. Walks up on that pitch, looks back, and the umpire bursts her bubble and calls it a strike. That's why they give you 3 strikes. Caitlin, you're okay. Pops that one up out the left field. Over is the center fielder, Delaney Hilt. She'll take a little hop and make the catch for out number 2. 2 out, nobody on, brings up Shelby Green. She's in scoring position when she steps to the plate. She only has 1 long ball this year, but she hit a few of them last year. 5 takes a big cut. 26 RBIs in her freshman campaign, hit .345. A sophomore from Milan. It's not called Milan, that's in Italy. Milan High School in Milan, Tennessee. When you wear that number that she's wearing, you gotta produce. You just have to. It's my favorite number. It's God's favorite number. I don't know if people know that, but that's why there's 7 days in a week. Fouls that one off. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby, our pastor, says that's a number of completion, is the number 7. Just happened to be my number in college. I picked it for that reason. You read a bunch in the book of Revelation, the number 7 is very popular. 7 stars, 7 lampstands, all kinds of symbolism there. So for 45 years, I've loved that number 7. 2-2 pitch is down. We'll have a full count, Ministries full count. You know, maybe we'll pull a verse out of the book of Revelation. There's some good ones in there. 2 out, nobody on. Full count to Shelby Green. That's a little flare out to center field, but on comes Hilp, and she'll make the catch for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Vols. Not the University of Tennessee. It's John A. Logan Community College in Carterville, Illinois. We'll take a break. Be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Top of the third inning. Brooklyn Levin out in the circle for her third inning of work, facing 2, 3, and 4 in the Lady Vols lineup. First pitch called strike that whispers at the outside corner. Kara Phillips, Kylie Irwin, Katie Futrell, the three. I'll go back and forth between Futrell and Futrell for an Futrell. Slow roller to the right side. Fuquay has to push that ball over to Abbott and called safe, so an infield single. Every time I go to that close-up shot, then we have a play on the corner. So I guess you quit doing that. So one on, leading off the third inning, an infield single. That's the third hit of the game for the Lady Vols. Kylie Irwin, who had the first hit, steps in. She had a line drive right at the feet of Anna Harrison out in center field. But she was stranded at first as Futrell grounded out to Erica Abbott to end the inning. There's a drive. It gets just through the legs of Abbott, but not far enough for Irwin to reach. Works just like a bunt. Down to second goes Phillips on the ground out to Abbott, 3 unassisted. If you're scoring at home. And if you are, send me an email at treesports@gmail.com. Let's compare notes. Right now, well, not widely popular is the broadcast. Shows 3 people are watching, and I'm one of them. If you trail at the plate with a runner at second and 1 out, looks at a called strike. Didn't get the word out, apparently, to the softball team family. Ground ball to the left side. That's going to be gloved by Collier. Throw to first is going to get by Abbott, but I don't think they were going to get the runner at first anyway. On the throw, Phillips moves to third, so give an error to Collier on the throw, but a single to Futrell on my scorebook, but I am not the official scorer. That puts runners at first and third and 1 out. If I were the official scorer, that's how I'd score it. Now the number 5 hitter in the lineup, Skylar Rachel, stands in. She flew out to Shelby Green, leading off the second. Made a nice running catch. Keep her off the bases, which is a huge play. So runner goes. Throw down to second is going to be off the glove of Michaela Fuquay. If Collier had been at second base, I think that throw gets the runner, but now runners at second and third. Pitch was called a strike. And Rachel with 2 runners in scoring position. And the solo home run hit by Trista Moore did not score 2 because of that great catch by Shelby Green in the second. Carly Costley playing up from third base and close to the line as Alyssa Costley is giving the pitch to the pitcher and the whole team. Fouled off. Skylar Rachel, she wears that number as well, number 7. They're wearing their all black uniforms, black helmets, black socks, black pants, black jersey with a blue and white band around the sleeves. Good looking pitch there, maybe just a hair high. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. I would assume that Skylar's family is here since she's from right down the road in Murfreesboro. This might be the closest that John A. Logan plays to Murfreesboro. Popped up down the left field line. Back goes Dillard. She's still going back. Makes the catch. Front of the warning track, and that's going to be a sacrifice fly. And on the play, Futrell moves to third. John A. Logan takes the lead 2-1. Now 2 outs and a runner at third. Brings up Trista Moore, who hit one right down the right field line and hit off the fair pole. I am starting a crusade, or maybe joining the crusade, to not call it a foul pole. It's also not a foul line. It's a fair line. If the ball hits the white line, the ball's fair. So therefore, in my simple mind, it's a fair line. First pitch to Moore is low and outside. I'm not an activist or anything. I'm not going to carry a sign around. I'm not going to call you names if you choose to continue to say the wrong thing. It's fouled off. 27 of you are watching. It must have taken a while to reload here or something. There's way more than 3. Somebody went out there and called all their family and neighbors. Now I feel like I'm serving a purpose here, Bobby. Bobby Hudson, the athletic director for Vol State. It's his house. He's just sharing it with me, and I appreciate it. I think this is now my 3rd year to call some softball games each year. Get to call a few more and a few more. And we are efforting to get a regular broadcaster. But every chance I get, I want to be here. I love this game, and I sure enjoy being around and watching these ladies. They are excellent group of young ladies, but they're also really good at softball. 2-2 pitch is down. Full count Ministries, full count to Trista Moore with a runner at third, 2 out. Inning started with an infield single by Kara Phillips. She moved to second on a ground out by Irwin, and then moved to third on an infield single where the throw from Collier was wide of Erica Abbott at first, and she moved down to third base and then driven in by a sac fly by Skylar Rachel. Ground ball and a hold is short. It's going to be a tough play. Collier can't come up with it. And again, I'm not sure that's an error. She dropped the ball. I don't know that she would have got more. John A. Logan leads 3-1. I'm going to give her an infield single and her second RBI. Again, I am not the official scorer, so if you see a different scoring whenever it gets uploaded, and Trista Moore is not 2 for 2 in her first 2 at-bats, don't call your congressman. It's going to be okay. Audrey Upton grounded out to third. Stands in. Two runs in the inning. Now that first run, I think, is not unearned. It's earned now. Popped up in the infield. But it will get out to center field. That infield's a lot smaller than the baseball infield. Okay, so a fly ball out to center will end the inning. John A. scores 2 runs. On my score sheet, 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the second, 3-1. John A. Logan leads over the Lady Pioneers. Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. Doesn't have a headset on, but the athletic director, Bobby Hudson, is in the house, sitting right next to me. Anna Harrison swinging is from the left side, looks at a called strike. Pitch missed somewhere for ball one. See some videos from time to time, and the broadcaster will say, there's ball four right down the middle of the plate. Anna Harrison hitting .425 on the season. Looks at ball two. From Savannah, Tennessee, Hardin County High School. She is a very sweet young girl as well. I've had some time spent around her. Bunts it foul, but caught on the one hop by Jordan Ming. Lady Vols, third baseman. But this isn't Savannah Banana Ball. It's not an out. It is a strike, so we'll put it up there on the old scoreboard that you see. Again, if you want to join the show, send an email to treesports@gmail.com. Tapper to the third base, and that gets off the glove. Again, chance that Harrison beats that out, but I think if she gloves and throws quickly, she has a chance. So I don't think I can count that one as a hit. E5 puts Harrison on first. First error of the game by John A. Logan. It brings Michaela Fuqua, who scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Walk, stole second, was driven in by Amaya Collier. Ball one. Harrison played in 50 games a year ago, started 33 of those. Did a lot of pinch running, I believe, last year. Does not go on that pitch. Pitch called a ball. Tapper right in front of the plate. There's no chance. Eat that one. That's exactly what Skylar Rachel did. That's about a 3, maybe a 5-foot base hit for Michaela Fuqua. And first two have reached here in the bottom of the third for the Lady Pioneers off of Sammy, S-A-M-I, Schultz. And we'll have another conflab. That'll give us a little time to tell you about the next set of games for the Lady Pioneers. They will travel to Motlow State this Saturday to take on the Lady Bucks at noon. I don't know that Motlow State streams games. They don't stream baseball, I know that, because I broadcast from there for baseball. Then they will be right back home here on Sunday, taking on Lakeland College. And right now, I plan on being here to broadcast that. So that'll be a doubleheader Sunday beginning at 1 o'clock. Then on Monday, again here to take on Wallace State. I'll have to check with my secretary to see if I'm available that day. Conflab is over, and Erica Abbott at the plate. She's going to lay down a bunt, but it will roll foul. Jordan Meng at third base can't venture too far away from the third base bag, but she is creeping. Another laid down bunt, and that's going to go to third. Meng throws over to first. Sacrifice works as both runners move up. Now one out, and Maya Collier stepping to the plate. She drove a single into center field to drive in Michaela Fuquay. First pitch she sees is high and away. Collier from Russellville, Kentucky, transfer from Central Arkansas. Hitting .491, 31 RBIs, leads the team. 10 home runs. Pretty good start to a season. 2-ball, no strike count. Take a hack, Collier. Comes up empty there on the 2-0. With a base open, they're pitching carefully to the 3-hole hitter. The problem is, got a first-team All-American from a year ago and drove in 103 runs. She's standing on deck. There she's going to get a chance to hit with the bases loaded. As Collier draws the walk. Second walk of the ball game by Schultz. And now Christian Lynn, head coach down at third base, will have a few words for Kirby, and Skylar Rachel will go out and chat with Sammy Schultz. We've got several little small meetings going on. Jordan Ming and Anna Rolla, third and short, discussing something, and I don't think it's what they're going to eat after the game. Ball State took the lead in the first, but John A. Logan with 1 in the second, 2 in the third, lead 3-1. There's a line drive, just foul. Kirby tried to sneak one past Audrey Upton, the first baseman, down that right field line. Surely would have scored 2, but it just missed the fair line. And that's why it's foul. The 0-1 fouled off to the right side. Kirby down in the count 0-2. She popped out to second baseman Katie Futrell in the first. 7 doubles, 2 triples. She's looking for her first long ball of the year. Now'd be a good time. 0-2 pitch is high. Kirby had 82 hits a year ago. That was good for third on the team. Katie Davis, another All-American from last year's squad, led with 90. Smoke down the third base line. It's fair, says home plate umpire. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Collier comes all the way around. And then Lydia Kirby with a bases clearing dude, that double gives the Pioneers the lead. 4-3 is now the score. That was pretty tight down that third base line, and I would not have been surprised if home plate umpire had said, no, that's foul. It was hooking that way right off the bat. Definitely hit in fair territory in front of the bag. But he threw his hand out to the right side. Christian Lynn having a chat now with the home plate umpire. Fanu Manu Lanu. First name unknown, middle name unknown, last name unknown. That means I didn't get their names before the game started, so I don't know their names. I like to do that beforehand. But they typically dress in their cars out in the parking lot, I think. The inning started with an error on the third baseman as Costley starts to lay down a bunt, pulls the bat back. Anna Harrison reached on the error by Jordan Ming. And Michaela Fuqua with a 6-foot single in front of the plate. Swing and a miss by Costley. Sacrifice bunt by Erica Abbott moved the runners to second and third, and Amaya Collier walked. And then Lydia Kirby picks up 3 RBIs on the double down the third base line after she nearly got extra bases going down the first base line. Costley fouls that pitch off. She's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 2 hits in the inning on my score sheet. Could possibly be 3. Anna Harrison's, I wouldn't argue if somebody said she would beat that out. Hey, that's right back at us. But it hits off the screen. Let's see. See what that looks like. Here you go, Bobby. Take a look at that coming right back in your chops. You didn't even flinch. Boom. Coming right into your living room. Costley fouls another one off. She stays in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. She was a strikeout victim to end the first. One out, 1 on, 3 in for the Pioneers. 3-run double by Lydia Kirby. I wonder if a young man, Alec Trumpke, might be listening in. Popped up. That could hit the dirt. It will after hitting the glove of Skylar Rachel. And there's another infield single. Can't give the young lady an error trying to make a diving play. So runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. They are a big help to Nichols Softball Complex and Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex on getting the field ready at the beginning of the year. And now Kendra McNeil at the plate, called strike on the inside corner. Kind of backed her away from the plate, but she struck out to lead off the second. You got a roll? Uh-oh. Big doubleheader basketball game tonight. Bobby Hudson, he does it all here at Vol State. He's got to handle the concession stand at the basketball games tonight. Of course, the softball team will be finished because I'll be up there tonight. I'll be the public address announcer for the basketball games. I've got the broadcasting covered with a couple of students. Called strike in the right-handed batter's box. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Caitlin Dillard. McNeil has 6 RBIs. All right, something. Why is, that's apparently what I missed. Runner is at second base. Maybe they called catcher interference or something. That's poked out to left field. Trista Moore is going to make the catch. Up here worrying about my score sheet and the fair lines and all that, not noticing that Kirby had to stay at second base for some reason. I'll have to get the word on that, but now 2 outs. Costley hit a little nubber as Caitlin Dillard tries to bunt her way on. Hit a little nubber in front of the plate. Skylar Rachel dove for the pop-up. It hit out of her glove and then trickled towards second base. And on the play, Kirby went to third as that ball's fouled straight back. Let's get the count correct. No balls, 2 strikes to Caitlin. She flew out to center field in the 1-2-3 second inning. So that must have been what Christian Lynn was coming in talking to the home plate umpire about. So I'll have to get the 4-1-1 on that. But runners now at first and second as a swinging strikeout by Dillard will end the inning. The Pioneers, the more important stat is that there are 3 more runs on the board on my score sheet on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base. Vol State after 3 leads 4-3. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Top of the 4th we go here at Vol State Community College here in Gallatin, Tennessee. John A. Logan here to play the Lady Pioneers, a doubleheader. Game 2 will start, I think probably they do 20 minutes after Game 1. Brooklyn Levin delivers the first pitch to Jordan Ming for a called strike. Ming walked in the second. Next pitch down in the dirt. Looking back at my emails to see the information that Nikki Robinson sent me an email back a couple weeks ago now. Belinda and Lonnie are Mimi and Pappy, and Linda and Ken are Gigi and Poppy. So I got to get that information written down. Try to keep everybody straight. Count goes 3 balls and a strike again to the number 8 hitter in the lineup, Brooklyn Levin, pitching Jordan Ming very carefully. Driven out to right field. That's over the head of Shelby Green. And at the base of the fence, she picks it up. A leadoff double by Jordan Ming. She goes the opposite way. John A. Logan with base hits in every inning so far off of Brooklyn Levin. Brings up number 9 hitter Anna Rolla. She also walked. But her and Ming were stranded at first and second when Delaney Hilp, who is on deck, struck out looking to end the second. She squares around a bunt. Bunt laid down, picked up by Levin. She throws to Fuquay for the out. On the play, the runner moves to third base. So Ming now at third. 1-4 if you're scoring at home. The sacrifice bunt. Delaney Hilp 0 for 2, pop out and a strikeout so far, batting for the 3rd time in 4 innings. Gets the gas there, but it's outside the zone for ball 1. Drilled out to center field. That's going to get down for an RBI. We are tied 4-4. Hilp now 1 for 3. Two hits in the inning for the Lady Vols. Brings up Kara Phillips. She has one of those. She's 1 for 2. Also scored a run. Scored on a sacrifice fly by Skylar Rachel. First pitch to the left-handed hitting right fielder is high and away. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. On deck, Kylie Irwin. Swinging a foul ball straight back. Caitlin Dillard out in left field. Anna Harrison in center. She's moved over toward left center field. Shelby Green kind of pulled a little bit to a left-handed pull hitter. As Phillips bats here with a 3-1 count up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. They're located right across the street from the other entrance on Gallatin Road, up the hill, past the softball complex. And they've donated scoreboards inside the Pickle Fieldhouse and at both softball and baseball fields as ball 4 delivered. Allows Phillips to reach. Hilp moves down to second base. Third walk of the game for Levin. Brings up the 3-hole hitter, Kylie Irwin, who's 1 for 2. There's a called strike at the letters on the outside corner. Irwin singled in the first, was stranded, then grounded out to Erica Abbott at first base. That moved Phillips to second. Then an error moved her to third, where she could score on the fly ball by Skylar Rachel. Tapper down the third base line. Costley charges, gloves, and throws onto first base for out number 2. Hilp moves down to third, and Phillips to second on the ground out. That was right off the end of the bat, seemingly. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Katie Futrell. She's 1 for 2. Stole second with runners at first and third, and then she was driven in. Infield single by Trista Moore. Fastball misses outside. Again, I have to wait just a tick. I can't hear the call that's made by the home plate umpire. 2 umpires here for ladies softball. There's a called strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out, 2 on, 1 in. Score's tied 4-4. Levin leaves that one up. On deck, Skylar Rachel. 7-1 record for John A. Logan. Won a doubleheader at Dyersburg State yesterday. Popped up. That should get out of play. It will actually just hit right off the top of the fence on the other side of the third base dugout. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Levin has the sign, looks into Lydia Kirby and delivers. Ground ball to the right side. Fuqua will glove and throw to Abbott for the third out. Nice play there by Erica Abbott, actually, to realize that she needs to get back to first base. Fuqua had the ground ball, and Abbott able to get back in time. John A. Logan scores 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 4th, all tied up. All tied up here at Nichols Softball Complex on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Shelby Green, Anna Harrison, and Michaela Fuqua will be the scheduled batters here in the bottom of the 4th as Green swings and misses. Shelby flew out to shallow center field to end the 2nd. Facing Sammy Schultz. She drills this one out to center field. Hilp won't get to that one. Green rounds first, heads to second. Throw not in time. Green with the feet first slide as a leadoff double, matching the double by Jordan Ming to lead off the top of the 4th, and that is a Dudat Communications double. The 4th of the year by Shelby Green. I wonder if Big John Carter might be listening in. Redshirt freshman down in Columbia State now from her hometown. And they talk to each other. At least they used to. I assume they still do. As of last check, a couple weeks ago. They still chat from time to time. 1 ball, 1 strike to Anna Harrison. She reached on an error on my score sheet. She hit a little tapper to third baseman Jordan Ming. Glance off her glove. There's a bunt. That'll go foul. Harrison runs well, and that's why the third baseman has to come in so far. And Harrison's last attempt in her first at-bat was just a little bit to Ming's left. And in her rush to get the handle on it, she had to go off of her glove. 1-2 pitch, another foul. Why don't I remember to put that foul ball up there? A ball and 2 strikes is the count. Chip Harris might also be listening in. Probably not. baseball practice going on. Sliced foul out of play. Chip Harris, a right-handed pitcher for Ball State Pioneers. See him hanging around with Anna Harrison from time to time. One, two. That will also be served foul down the left field line. Harrison fouling off a number of pitches from Sammy Schultz. I believe she's probably their top pitcher. In her first 3 appearances, 2 of those were starts. She has a .5 ERA, 14 innings. She gave up 7 hits. Ground ball to the right side. This should move the runner, and Harrison's going to beat that out. Harrison has her PF Flyers on, and she has an infield single. Runners now at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Stephen Dotson and Bill Marbott do dirt work and padding and netting and everything that you need at a softball or baseball complex. Kind of headquartered down in the Columbia, Tennessee area. Bill Marbott's son, Lee Marbott, owns the Rock Place, and Bill Marbott's grandson, Jackson Marbott, is right-handed pitcher at Trevecca Nazarene University. First pitch to Michaela Fuqua, misses the zone. She's scored twice and been on base both times. Walked and scored in the first. Singled and scored in the third. Looks at a pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. Saw her play a number of games last year as a true freshman. You talk about calm inside the batter's box. She does not bat an eye about hitting with 2 strikes. She lays off that pitch that's down. Hit .378 a year ago, 76 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 27 RBIs. Pops up that one and out of play. She also scored 86 runs, which was tops on the team. Corey Harris second at 75 runs. Another foul ball off the screen. Fuqua was a second-team all-conference selection for the Pioneers, as was Caitlin Davis, who's redshirting this year, a pitcher. Ball State had 4 players on the first team all-conference. That's drilled into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. She pulled that one right into the hole between first and second, picks up an RBI and another hit, and Ball State takes the lead 5-4. Nice piece of hitting there by Fuqua. Everybody expecting her to go to left field as timeout is called. We'll have a change coming up for John A. Logan. We'll have a new pitcher. I believe that is number 8. That it is. Let's find out who this young lady is. Maggie Stadler, a freshman from Pontiac, Illinois, University High School. Again, I'm not sure if she pitched yesterday, but the stats for the first 5 games indicate she has 6 1/3 innings of work in 3 appearances, 1 start. So this would be her 3rd relief appearance if she did not pitch yesterday. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, walked 2, and struck out 9 batters in those 6 1/3 innings, 2.21 ERA. Fuqua on base all 3 times. The leadoff batter for the Lady Pioneers. That brings up Erica Abbott with runners at first and second. Anna Harrison runs well at second base, but probably not going to be taking off in an attempt to steal third, but that is back-to-back-to-back hits for the Lady Pioneers. Leadoff double by Shelby Green, infield single by Anna Harrison. RBI single by Michaela Fuqua. Brought in Green, and now Harrison and Fuqua at second and first with Erica Abbott at the plate. Abbott laid down a sacrifice bunt. She struck out in the first. So Schultz goes 3+ innings. Gives up 7 hits on my score sheet. That pitch is just a little bit down. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting sophomore first baseman Erica Abbott. Right now has given up 5 runs, but 2 runners on base are her responsibility. As the count goes 3 balls and a strike. So Maggie Stadler squaring around a bunt as Abbott, she pulls the bat back, and it's ball 4, and the bases are juiced. Harrison now at third, Fuqua at second, Abbott at first, and Amaya Collier, the top hitters in the conference, standing at the plate. Pitch in on her hands. That'll be called a ball. Collier singled, drove in a run in the first, walked and scored in the third. Takes a swing at a high fastball and comes up empty. Maya Collier 7th in the conference in hitting. Coming into today's game. There's a pitch right down the can she laid off of. She is leading the conference in home runs with 10. Second in RBIs in the conference. Lets that fastball go. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. The bases are loaded. Lydia Kirby in the on-deck circle. There are no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Stadler retires Collier on the fastball for out number 1. Big out for John A. Logan to retire Collier. Came in hitting .491. That's gone up just a hair. She's 1 for 2 now. Lydia Kirby had a big double down the third base line. Drove in 3 runs as she batted with the bases loaded. Just in the third inning, she's in the same situation here. Bases loaded, 1 out. See if last year's number 2 RBI leader in the country can play add-on as she looks at a called strike there. Carly Costley in the on-deck circle. One fouled off to the right side. Stadler ahead of Kirby. Fastball's up. Kirby was the player of the year last year as a freshman in the TCCAA, Tennessee Community College Athletic Association, with those gaudy freshman numbers. Ground ball to second, that could be 2. Steps on the bag at second base, does Futrell, but she can't get there quick enough to throw to first. Another run scores, RBI to Kirby. Not what she was hoping on. And now 2 outs as Kirby grounds into the fielder's choice. Abbott is retired for unassisted. Fuqua moves to third, and Harrison came in after stepping on home plate as Carly Costley fouls the first pitch off. Ladies college softball goes fast, folks. You don't have a whole lot of time to think about things. Ball State scored 2 here in the inning. Costly squares around the bunt, pulls it back, and Kirby's going to swipe second base. Second and third. Now 2-1 count to Costly. A transfer. I want to say she transferred from Johnson University. She did. She's from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Split grip, left-handed batter, swing and a miss. Just a little tardy there. I think everybody got out of class today. Pretty sure there's a full roster in the Lady Pioneer dugout. These early starts, you just don't know. 2-2 pitch coming. Popped up and out of play off to the left side. That'll hit off the dugout roof. Costly struck out to end the first, then had an infield single. I think in the third inning, that was the play where she barely nubbed it right in front of home plate. Skylar Rachel dove for it. The catcher couldn't get a glove on it. There's a shot to short. Anarola gloves and throws over to Upton. Nice play by Rolla to end the inning. Hard hit ball, but right at the fielder. 2 runs to take the lead back on 3 hits. Those were the first 3 batters that came to the plate. No errors. And 2 runners were left on base. Vol State taking the lead after 4, 6-4. A game scheduled for 7 innings. Thanks for joining me on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. Top of the 5th for John A. Logan facing Brooklyn Levin in her 5th inning of work. Skylar Rachel, Trista Moore, and Audrey Upton. That's 5, 6, and 7 due up to face Levin. Steps on a fastball there. Misses just above the letters. Rachel 0 for 1 flew out to begin the 2nd inning. Drove in a run with a fly ball in the 3rd. Sacrifice fly. Changeup misses down. Game 2, approximately 20 minutes after this game finishes. Guesstimating now maybe 3 o'clock, is depending on how long this last 3 innings goes. Pitch on the inside corner, called strike. Vol State played 4 games down in Oxford, Alabama this past weekend. They call that Chocolaca Park. That drilled into left field. That's going to get down in front of Dillard. Bobbles it briefly, but gets the ball back in to keep Rachel at first base. Her first knock of the game. young lady from Riverdale High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just down the road. Murfreesboro, the home of Jim McGuire, Jim and Lynn McGuire. He's the head baseball coach here at Vol State. 26 years he was assistant or the head coach at Middle Tennessee State University in Murfreesboro. Now, 4th year with the Pioneers. Of course, Johnny Lynn was a long-time softball coach here. And now his son, Christian Lynn, has taken over. This is now his 2nd year. Johnny Lynn, now the head men's basketball coach here at Vol State. Fouled off at the plate by Trista Moore, who's 2 for 2 with a solo home run. Got an infield single, couple of RBIs in her first 2 plate appearances. Sophomore from Odin, Illinois. Odin. I have not checked. Let's see if I have some emails. Fouled off. Nobody is interested in sending an email to T-Reese Sports. I'm not a marketer. I'm not going to put you on a mailing list. For some reason, Tamara Dreer is calling me in the middle of a broadcast. Tamara's a student here, and she works with the broadcasting team for basketball. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trista Moore. Nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strike count. Rachel on at first after singling. Changeup fouled off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've got John A. Logan's schedule up here. Let's see where they go after Vol State. Had a number of games canceled. This weekend, they will be hosting Parkland College. I think their men's team's been down in Tennessee playing as well. They may be out of Wisconsin. Kind of a guess. Johnny Logan will not play again after Saturday unless they get another game on the schedule until they play at Wabash a week after that. So they're playing on Sunday, March 9th. There'll be a week, 8 days actually, between the games that's showing on their website. Assuming that's correct. We got a full count. Ministries full count. Low and inside. That's ball 4. Third walk of the game for Levin. And the first since the 2nd inning. That puts runners at first and second. 7th batter in the lineup, Audrey Upton, has grounded out and flown out. Steps to the plate. Let's see if she's asked to lay down a sac bunt. Carly Costley is creeping in from third. Erica Abbott expecting as well at first. Popped up. Abbott will make the catch for the easy out on the failed sacrifice bunt. Jordan Ming walked and doubled and scored in the 4th. She walked in the 2nd. She doubled and scored in the 4th. Been on base both times she's come to the plate, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Hands are together now. I don't know softball well enough to be able to say if you split the grip, does that mean you're a slapper or see that happen? My observation is that's typically what happens, but slappers obviously are normally left-handed hitters. First pitch was a ball. That pitch right there got in there on the inside corner for a called strike. Ryan DeKill and Kason Hollinsworth will be hopefully on the call of the two basketball games tonight. Late swing there, foul ball down the front of the John A. Logan dugout down the first base line. Kason Hollinsworth is a freshman student here, business major. Was excited to find out there was an opportunity to get some work as a broadcaster. So he's been broadcasting for a couple of weeks on basketball. Ryan DeKill has been around campus for a couple of years, finishing up this semester. Ground ball gloved by Levin, and not sure. She thought there might be another play. She goes right on to first base, not even worrying about getting the lead runner. It's almost like she thought about it after she gloved that, but she was already looking right at Erica Abbott. Probably not the worst move to happen, but runners now at second and third with Anna Rolla, the number 9 hitter, stepping to the plate. She's walked and she's laid down a sacrifice punt. Looks at ball one. Rolla from West Frankfort, Illinois. She's a sophomore. Rolla in the first 5 games. As that ball's grounded right back, Levin finally gets the handle on it. Bobbled it a bit, but she gets out of the jam. First 2 had reached on a single and a walk, but a failed sacrifice bunt popped up for out number 1, and then 2 ground balls right back to the circle. Gloved and fielded by Brooklyn Levin. Retired the Lady Vols in the 5th. First 0 on their line since the first inning, as they scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And Vol State clinging to a 2-run lead. We'll come to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a short break as I will clean up the scoreboard. And we'll be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th here at the Nichols Softball Complex in Gallatin, Tennessee, on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Kendra McNeil, Caitlin Dillard, and Shelby Green scheduled to face relief pitcher Maggie Stadler. And McNeil makes a big old cut at the first pitch she sees. Comes up empty. Another swing and a miss. All State scored 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, lead 6-4. McNeil finally gets a bat on a ball and fouls it off. Kendra, a freshman from Nolensville, Tennessee. Go a little bit farther. That one will get off the fence of the bullpen down the left field line. It is outside the fenced area. Christian Lynn, the third base coach. Alyssa Cosley, the first base coach for Lady Pioneers. As McNeil sprays another one, almost caught by Trista Moore, the left fielder. She pulled up right before she got to the fence. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. I believe McNeil swung at every pitch that's been delivered by Maggie Stadler, and I think that's at least 5 of them. First 2 she missed, and the last 3 she's fouled off to the left side. Left side, that one she missed. Strikeout victim for the second time. She's 0 for 3. That's the second strikeout for Stadler, who came in with 9 in the first 6 innings that she's pitched in her collegiate career. To face another left-handed hitter, that's Caitlin Dillard, who's hitting over 400. Tried to chop at that one and missed. That's dumped into left center field. That'll be a base hit. Dillard now 1 for 3. Reach out and touch me. Base hit. Currently 78 degrees. That one's lined in the left field on the first pitch that Shelby Green sees. That's back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Sporting goods store in Nashville, Tennessee, owned by Lem Pilkington. Supporter of Vol State Athletics. By my calculation, that's 9 hits for the Lady Pioneers. Anna Harrison comes to the plate with 1 out, 2 on. Harrison looks at the first pitch outside the zone. She's been on base both times she's been to the plate. Reached on an error and scored in the third, and had an infield single and scored in the fourth. Fastball is up. Sammy Schultz started the game, went 3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs. By my calculation, 5 of those earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Faced 19 Lady Pioneer batters. Harrison sees one wink at the outside corner. Shows 1-1 on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard, but I've got 2-1 on mine. Squares around the bunt again, and it called a strike. There we go. I'm validated. Mr. Home Plate Umpire puts up 2 fingers on his left hand and 2 fingers on his right hand. I'm not too poor to pay attention. 2-2 pitch fouled off. The baseball game yesterday during batting practice, one of the Vol State players hit one out into the parking lot during batting practice, and it shattered the rear passenger window of a vehicle parked out there. Ground ball foul. I believe that hit off the foot of Jordan Ming. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was well before the game started. Then while I was broadcasting the game, we being the press box gang, saw the young man come out to his car and realize what happened. That is what we called in the business a melancholy moment when you get that, come out to see your car has been broken into. But it hadn't been broken into. You just parked it in the wrong spot. You can't park in left field that close to a baseball field when there's a baseball game. Full count Ministries, full count to Anna Harrison with runners at first and second. She's going to draw the walk. She didn't realize that was ball 4, but the home plate umpire helped her out. Second walk by Stadler. She walked the first batter she faced. And a strikeout, fielder's choice, and a ground out ended that inning. Struck out Kendra McNeil to begin the inning, but Caitlin Dillard single and Shelby Green single on a walk to Anna Harrison have loaded the bases for Michaela Fuqua, who has not been retired. Not in this game. Walk and a couple singles, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Michaela Fuqua has an opportunity to have a big game 1. Looks at ball 1 way above her head. Probably about a 5. I'm going to guess Michaela's about 5'2", 5'3". Bo Fuquay might be listening in. He could let me know. Although, it's his daughter. He probably doesn't know. Although, my daughters, they're about 5'7.5", and 5'9.5", or 5'10". They're pretty tall drinks of water and been pretty athletic. We're cheerleaders. My youngest daughter walked on and was a rower at the University of Tennessee for a little bit, probably a semester. Fuquay offers at that, fouls it out of play. So Delaney Reese, the only D1 athlete, albeit very short. I played in the NAIA, so I was not D1. Popped up on the left side, tagging and not going is Caitlin Dillard, as that fly ball is caught by the center fielder Delaney Hilp, not Delaney Reese. And the bases remain loaded for Erica Abbott. Looking for her first hit of the game. She is due. Came in hitting .482. Drives one to left field. That's not going to get it. Tristan Moore comes on to make the catch. And Maggie Stadler wiggles off the hook after allowing 3 of the first batters to reach in the 5th. A couple flyouts to the left side. Kept Vol State off the board in the 5th. Headed to the 6th, 6-4. Lady Pioneers looking for their 13th win of the year. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. We are headed to the top of the 6th. Beautiful sunny day here. There's a few clouds up in the sky in Middle Tennessee. Gallatin located about 20 miles northeast of Nashville, Music City, USA. 78 degrees currently here in Gallatin. Top of the order for the Lady Vols from John A. Logan in Carterville, Illinois. Down for a doubleheader today after playing 2 at Dyersburg State. Defeated the Lady Eagles 4-1 and 5-4. Now have a 7-1 record. Coached by Taylor Seifert. She's assisted by Haley Palm and Carrie Blaylock and Rusty Orsburn. Delaney Hilp had an RBI single in her last at-bat. She's from Louisville, Kentucky, Butler County High School. She's a sophomore. Utility player playing center field today. Got to be an athlete to play out there. Just like you do it short and second. Sort of typically right up the middle. Catcher, short, second, center field. Most of the time are your better athletes on the team. Hilp now with a 2-1 count. She's 1 for 3. Change up right down Broadway for a called strike. Or Main Street, as they call Gallatin Road, that's just off to my right, the main drag that goes through between Hendersonville, Tennessee, Gallatin, Tennessee, comes Follow that road, it'll take you all the way to Nashville, Tennessee. Drive out to left field. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it will hit at the base of the fence in fair territory. It's a leadoff double for Delaney Hilp. Nine hits on my score sheet for the Lady Vols. Brooklyn Levin out for her sixth inning of work. That came in with 43 innings of work for the Lady Pioneers. That's tops on the club. Gets a first pitch in for a called strike to Kara Phillips. She's 1 for 2. Had an infield single and scored in the third. Strikeout in the first, walk in the fourth. She's going to lay down a bunt. Costly charges, gloves, and throws on to Fuquay at first base. The sacrifice works. On the play, Hilt moves over to third. Number 3 hole hitter, Kylie Irwin, who's 1 for 3, stands in. Got a couple of ground outs with a single in the first. She's a left-handed batter. Fastball up from Levin. Brooklyn, a 2.77 ERA, 3-2 record. This is her 10th appearance, which now tops on the club. Cheris Nichols has 9. She might be starting game 2. Changeup misses down. On deck, the cleanup hitter, Katie Futrell. Irwin from Mount Vernon, Illinois, went to Centennial High School. She's a freshman. The designated player here in this game. That nips at the outside corner. Does it look like Levin? I don't know if this is terminology in softball or not, but I would say she kind of turned that over. It had a little bit of a first to third movement as it winked by that front corner of the plate. Did it again there, and it's called a strike again. She is hitting a spot there. Tough pitch to hit for Irwin. Runner at third, 1 out. She's trying to just get something into the outfield. Dillard in left, Anna Harrison in center, and Shelby Green in right. Everybody playing straight away in regular depth. Nice play by Kirby behind the plate to keep that one from the backstop. We'll have a full count Ministries full count. Stay tuned. After the game, we'll have the full count Ministries verse of the game right after the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. You got a favorite verse? Send me one to treesports@gmail.com. They're just going to go ahead and put her on. That'll put runners at first and third. Timeout called as Taylor Seifert comes down to talk to the umpire, and we'll have a pinch runner at first base. Christian Lynn's going to go out and have a chat with his infield. Number 23, Natalie Fry, pinch running for Kylie Irwin. There is a re-entry allowable in college softball. Found that out earlier this year. I knew it last year, I just forgot it. So Irwin draws what ends up being an intentional walk, but 4th walk of the game for Levin. And runners at first and third with 1 out, bringing up the second baseman, Katie Futrell, who's 1 for 3. A couple of ground outs and an infield single in the third. She also scored in the 2-run third inning for John A. Logan. Ball State trying to keep the lead. Runner goes. There's throw down. They've got the runner at the plate, but she got in underneath that tag. Amaya Collier waited just a little bit too long to throw the ball to Kirby. I'm not sure if she didn't think that Hilp was going to actually go through with the run to the plate, but that was a little bit of a brain cramp there. It looked like Collier had the runner who stopped at second. It could have gone after her and just allowed the run, but that she cut it off, but waited to throw home. The pitch was made. I'm not sure if it was a ball or a strike. It's not up on the board. There's a ground ball foul. So we at least have 1 strike. Scoreboard operator down in the dugout waiting to see what the umpire puts up. And they said 2 strikes, and it's wrong. They put up 2 strikes. And the umpire said, nope, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, grounded foul down the first base line. So now 6-5, All-State with a 1-run lead. All I know to do is give a double steal to both Natalie Fry and Delaney Hilp. Hilp clearly was coming home on the throw to second, so she was off. So a double steal scores a run and puts a runner at second. Popped up out to center field, Anna Harrison gloves. And there's out number 2. That would have scored the run from third base. So no real harm there in the play. Not an error on Amaya Collier. I just would say, looked to me like she didn't think she was really going to go, because she had the ball in plenty of time and could have made the throw, but she just kept deciding no, no, no. And then finally, when she said yes, it was too late, because Hilp never hesitated. She just kept going. She was committed to home plate. Skylar Rachel looks at a called strike on the inside corner. Rachel's 1 for 2. Singleton was stranded at third in the 5th. Fly out in the second and a sacrifice fly in the third. Change up just a hair high from Levin. 2 good teams going at it here today in the doubleheader on campus here at Vol State. Big thanks to Toyota of Gallatin. Every time I look out there and see that beautiful scoreboard out there, I want to thank Jake Thompson, the general sales manager, and Eric Carr, the general manager of Toyota Gallatin. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. Apparently, Rachel got a piece of herself there. The catcher for John A. Logan. First 5 games she played in, had 19 official at-bats, 4 hits, including a double. So she's picked up her at least 5th hit. She might have played in yesterday's doubleheader. Those stats are not showing on the NJCAA website. We have a Full Count Ministries full count. Changeup is going to catch the play at the knees for a called strike 3, and down goes Rachel for out number 3. That is only the third strikeout of the game by Brooklyn Levin, and the Lady Pioneers hold on to the 1-run lead. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 6th, Vol State looking for some insurance runs. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Maya Collier, Lydia Kirby, and Carly Costley to face Maggie Stadler, who's on in relief of Sammy Schultz. Lady Pioneers batting here in the bottom of the 6th, up by a run, 6-5. Collier is 1 for 2. Drills that one over the glove, or right off the tip of the glove of Trista Moore. Moore's throw coming in is going to get by the cutoff man, and Amaya Collier is going to move up to third base on the errant throw. So a double. And an error puts Collier at third base. And there's a Dudette Communications double off the bat of Amaya Collier. She hit an absolute seed to Trista Moore, who started in and then stopped, and that ball went right over her glove, off the tip of it, all the way to the fence. As Lydia Kirby steps in with a RBI opportunity here. Second error of the day on my score sheet for John A. Logan. Again, if you're just joining me, that's not the official score, just the lowly broadcaster. I do keep a pretty mean book, though. Ground ball to the left side. Kirby is going to be retired. Nice play by Anna Rolla, as Collier will stay at third. Rolla looked Collier back and then delivered a strike to Audrey Upton at first base. Now with 1 out, Carly Costley, 1 for 3 on my book. Looks at ball 1 outside. Wind still blowing out. Attempted bunt by Costley down the third baseline. It rolls foul. No emails during the softball game here in game 1. Kind of feel lonely when I don't get emails. It's like those are ghosts. You're ghosts out there. Another bunt, another one that rolls foul. Those are bunts right there that Collier there's no chance she's going to try to score on that. So Costley, I'm assuming all that's happening here is she's just trying to get on base for Kendra McNeil, who's in the on-deck circle, because this is a bunt right at the third baseman. She does not bunt there. And the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. See, the left side of the infield, third base and shortstop, basically on one half of the side. And there's the base hit right to where the shortstop would be located. Anarola was pulled over to third base. And Costley delivers a single into left center field, drives in Collier. That run will now be earned as Collier would have scored from second base, just like she scored from third base. Popped up into shallow left field. On comes Moore. She's going to make the catch for out number 2 off the bat of Kendra McNeil. Ball State now leads 7-5. McNeil 0 for 4. Couple of strikeouts, couple of flyouts to left field. It brings up Caitlin Dillard. She's 1 for 3. High fly ball to left center field. That'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy for Delaney Hilp, who makes the catch. Caitlin Dillard swinging at the first pitch, flying out. The Pioneers get one insurance run as they head to the top of the 7th. This is the final inning scheduled. Ball State scored 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. Going to the 7th, 2-run lead for the Lady Pioneers, trying to take game 1 of the doubleheader. Six, 7, and 8 to face Brooklyn Levin, trying to get the complete game victory here for the Lady Pioneers. Trista Moore, Audrey Upton, Jordan Meng, the 3 scheduled for John A. Logan. First pitch is a changeup in there for a called strike. Moore had a solo home run to get the scoring started, tied the game in the second. Swing and a miss there, down in the count 0-2. And then an infield single in the third, and then walked in the 5th. She's been on base all 3 times she's come to the plate. Congratulations to Tamira Dreer, who's just got some electronics working for her as leadoff single by Moore, and she drills one. Why is that happening? It brings up Audrey Upton, who's the tying run. She's 0 for 3 today. Nice dig out of the dirt by Lydia Kirby behind the plate on that pitch, low and inside. Now 10 hits on my scorebook for John A. Logan. 11 for the Lady Pioneers. Changeup misses up. Levin has the sign that she pulls from her wristband. That pitch is drilled into the bullpen for Vol State. 2-0 pitch. Upton just a little bit out front. Tamara Dreer is handling the producing and directing and basically being the chief engineer while Vol State's chief engineer, A.J. Fawson, is on vacation. So she's got some pressure on her. Swing and a miss on the extreme changeup. Hey, and that's not a ball. Spinning a lot of plates up here, folks. A one-man band. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and another changeup and a swing and a miss. Down goes Upton. She's 0 for 4. 4 strikeout by Levin. Not a big strikeout pitcher. Had 26 coming into today's action in 43 innings. That brings third baseman Jordan Ming to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Changeup misses down in the dirt. Levin going to that pitch a lot more here lately. A few folks scattered around the Nichols softball complex. Got a few setting around on right next to both dugouts, and then a few out in the outfield. Nobody's sitting over there where that pop-up goes. Don't think the firefighters are setting up. Can't see from over there. It's behind the dugout. Gallatin Fire Hall number 2, located just off to the right of the press box here and across the street from McDonald's. I've got my Jersey Mike sub, though, ready for between games. That pitch right down the middle. Go over and see Kai. He fixed my number 9 regular on wheat. Fixed Mike's way with some banana peppers on there. That's my go-to. I don't think I ever gotten anything else at Jersey Mike's. Ground ball to short. Collier to second. On to first. Not in time. Tried to get a game-ending dudette double play, but just couldn't get it to first base quick enough. But now John A. Logan down to their last out as Ming grounds into the fielder's choice. Just want to make sure you get at least one in that situation. Anna Rolla, the number 9 hitter, steps in. She's 0 for 1. Got a walk and a sac bunt and a ground out back to the pitcher. There's a ground ball to Fuqua. She's going to go the easy way to Collier, and that's going to do it. This one belongs to the Lady Pioneers as Rolla grounds into the fielder's choice. And Vol State takes game 1 of the doubleheader 7-5. Brooklyn Levin gets the win. It sounds good, doesn't it? Levin for the win. She moves to 4-2. And the losing pitcher will be Schultz, and I don't know her record, but she will take the loss in this game. No save. In a game that takes an hour and, what is that? 12:30 to 1:30 to 1, 2 hours and 16 minutes to complete. Pioneers moved to 13-4 on the season. And John A. Logan falls to 7-2. Our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. We might just have to go with our starting pitcher who got the complete game victory, as Brooklyn Levin fought through some traffic on the bases. She did give up 10 hits, but she got it done when it mattered. Brooklyn Levin is our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. And our Full Count Ministries verse of the game found in Revelation, the 4th chapter, the 11th verse. It's the last verse of that chapter. And this is what the folks around the throne of God will be saying in heaven, "You are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power. For you created all things, and by your will they were created and have their being." Folks, we wouldn't have softball if God didn't create the heavens and the earth. And I'm glad he did. That's your Full Count Ministries verse of the game, Revelation 4:11. I appreciate you listening in today for Game 1. We'll be back with a new broadcast for Game 2 in 15 or 20 minutes, I would assume. So for the president of the college, Dr. Wendy Tostenson, and athletic director Bobby Hudson, head coach Christian Lynn, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for listening to Lady Pioneer Softball on the Vol State Sports Network.